All right, everybody, welcome back to Black Magic Forkery, brought to you by our great weekly sponsors, the like button, which is right down below, and also new hats from Quality Content. Not available yet. They'll be available on Saturday, but we're building up the hype. QCathletics.com. Check back on Saturday. Also, I'll definitely remind you in the video that goes up on this channel on Saturday, but here it is. It's pretty quality content, you could say. Let's start off with number 19, Water Droplet versus Hot Sand. Wait, what the heck? How is it? It's like a sand crab, dude. You ever go to the beach and you like dig up a thing of wet sand right after the wave passes over it, and then the sand crabs start burrowing in, or you like scoop up sand and you see the sand crabs being like, no, I don't want to get scooped up, and they like burrow themselves into the sand rather than being in your hand. But sometimes you find an absolutely jumbo sand crab in your hand. I don't even know what they're actually called. I just have always heard them referred to as sand crabs, but it looks like that, and they like burrow in and stuff. But what the heck is even happening? That's so cool. Is like I guess the cold water droplet is just staying intact and kind of like it creates a barrier of steam against the sand around it. I have to assume it's like why you can do not do this, but if you like splash liquid nitrogen on your face, I think you can not get burned as long as it's a quick splash, because you get like this barrier of vapor around your face. I think that might be what it is. But again, don't try that. These dark clouds that roll like ocean waves, they do like to role play. It looks like you're just under the ocean. Speaking of sand crabs and the ocean and water and sand and all that, I wonder how sped up this is, but that's really cool. Dude, this totally looks like it could be used as the atmosphere for an alien planet in Interstellar or something like that. Just reminds me of the water planet in Interstellar. I have to go watch Interstellar again. I missed like the first 20 minutes of it because I accidentally overslept. And I was like, oops, gotta make it to a movie. Who needs ice cubes? We sure don't. Are they gonna do like another thing with water droplet and hot sand or something? What? Is this one of those situations? Wait, but no, I was gonna say, is this one of those situations where it's like you have the water, but it's cooled below freezing, but as long as you like don't disturb it, it'll stay, but as soon as you like aggravate the surface, then it freezes over, except that you've been pouring it. How? I thought this wouldn't work if it was being disturbed, which it is by being poured, and it doesn't freeze until like after. What? How is this? And then how is it not freezing inside the bottle where it came from? Is it just really cold out and this person has magical hands? A better way to enjoy Van Gogh's painting The Starry Night: look at the spiral for 20 seconds without looking away. Look at the painting fixedly. When you say fixedly, you mean you don't want me to just spin my head in circles while looking at the photo? I'll try not to. Sometimes my head just does that. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All along with me. It's kind of small on my screen, so I hope I can get this. Just looking at the spiral. Just looking at the spiral. Kind of zoning out. I'm zoning out into oblivion here. Have I looked at the spiral enough? I can't tell. I'm not keeping track. But I'm going into a state of trance. I think it's been 20 seconds. Okay, the Starry Night is now spinning. It's just weird. I don't know if this is a thing that's exclusive to Van Gogh paintings being the only one you could appreciate, but it just like causes the painting to spiral a bit. It's kind of weird. It's kind of unsettling. My daughter loves this sub, and she thought you would like to see her color-changing Doodle. Please don't tell me that it's... I was gonna say, please don't tell me it's like the dress. The white and gold or black and blue or what have you. I believe this is just kind of showing you how colors work, which is cool in and of itself. It's just like when you shine a red light onto green pigment, it's just gonna show up as black because the green pigment it reflects the wavelength of light corresponding to green, which is why it appears green. So if there is no green wavelength inside of the light that you're shining at your green pigment, it's not going to show up as green. Cleaning your mistakes. This is me after I realized that I plugged in one wrong number in the first step of my multi-step problem equation thing, and I'm like, we must start over from scratch. I hate my life. What? This can't be like regular ink, okay? Is this some kind of magnetic ink that you're just able to magnetify off the page? Or is this just a standard hair straightener that also can double as an eraser, and nobody ever realized before this? What? Bro, if I had known you could erase pen with a hair straightener, you better believe I'd be all up and asking, Mom, can I have a hair straightener? Gases near a Tesla coil. Are they gonna light up into their corresponding like spectrum of colors? I remember we did this in high school where we would have a bunch of different compounds, and then, you know, when you excite the electrons, we did it with just a fire in this case. Then they show their colors. But I think this is sort of a similar thing to that though, because you're like exciting the electrons, and then they go up to the next like step, right? The next valence or something like that, the next orbit, and then when they go down, they go back down from that, they emit energy, and that energy corresponds to a particular wavelength of light depending upon the energy, and then, you know, you can actually identify elements based upon the spectrum that they emit when they're excited. Light lens. What? Wait, what is happening? Oh, okay, it's a touch screen. I was so confused. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? Some kind of book where it's somehow like when you use this special lens over it, it actually turns into an animation as you scroll over. It's like one of the spinny things, right? Where it's like if you have the light flashing at 30 frames per second, it looks like it's actually animated in one place, but it's just a bunch of things spinning around in a circle. It's just a touch screen. Okay, it makes sense that a touch screen, yeah, it even lags behind that. This isn't black magic. This is just a computer. He's a forking wizard. Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. Do they have the air conditioning in the hallway? Must be just like, that's so sick. It's higher pressure in the hallway, and so the air is flowing under every single one of the doors, and they're like, if you put your hand at the bottom of the door, if you were inside one of the units, I'm sure you feel the air rushing in. So he's taking advantage of that, and that's pretty cool. A building that disintegrated nicely. Is this disintegrating? Oh, wow. Oh, it just like isn't tipping. Oh, just walking. Just going for a casual stroll. I feel like it probably wasn't supposed to go that way. But they were like, I guess it could have been worse. At least it made for cool content. But also a little bit more of an area of mess than we were initially hoping. Like, our calculations didn't seem to work. It was definitely supposed to just kind of fall straight down. You'll notice that when they try to do controlled demolitions of buildings, usually you don't want it like going and moving away from the original footprint of the building, which is extremely impressive. I don't know how in the world engineers are able to figure out how to do that. Like, it's what you could blow the thing up and it just falls on itself and it doesn't affect anything adjacent to it. Like, that's so impressive to me. Stationary lenticular clouds. I've eaten lentils before. Pretty cool. It's a kind of like a bean, bit of a grain. This looks a bit like a lentil cloud. You know, they're like circular, little bean kind of cloud. Bean? It's just it's like a spinning plate on top of the mountain. You know, it's just, you know, some celestial being is just learning how to how to spin plates. Saw a YouTube video of a circus performer that was doing it, you know, on the sticks and stuff. I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Let me do it with a cloud on top of a mountain for a really extended period of time. It's very impressive. I don't think I've ever seen someone spin a plate on a stick for like days at a time. So that's pretty cool. Ring and rope. I'm confused. Okay, so he's gonna do a thing where it's like he ties it, but then in the end it's like not on there. And then he's gonna get it, and then he's gonna get it off, and it's like not gonna be a. Then it's gonna be on again. What? How is it on again? And the thing is, I feel like it's gotta be the most basic. It's gotta be just the most basic trick. Like, it has to be a prop, right? It's a special rope or a special ring that I'm sure once you know the secret, it must just be like so obvious. But until then, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Unless it's like that rope costs like $10,000 and is some kind of sentient living thing that knows how to self-heal and then break on command in pre-programmed locations. And the ring is, I guess the ring would just be a normal ring, but the rope itself, it's taken like 50 years of R&D in order to figure it out, but it's a very tightly kept secret. Blue magic. Bro, that is the gnarliest urinal cake birth I have ever witnessed. What kind of magical super absorbent substance is that? Is that damp rid? That might be damp rid, bro. Speaking of which, I mentioned damp rid and that it was used like back when I was growing up in our closets at my mom's house in order to get rid of mold. Somebody messaged me on stream and they were like, bro, we had a mold problem, we didn't know what to do, and then I watched your video and now we saved our closets. And I was like, bro, damp rid needs to sponsor me. I'm saving people out here. Solved. Alright, what kind of freaking magic trick are we? What? What? Hold on. What is happening? Wait, what? It has... No. No. It has to be... Okay, here's my guess. At first glance, I was like, is it like in the whatchamacallit, you know, the vials that you use a syringe and you poke through the rubber membrane on the top and then you pull it out, but still you tip it over, and even though the needle's gone through it, it won't spill out. I'm like, it's that, except you can put a quarter. No. It has to be like he did some kind of sleight of hand and flicked the quarter back into his hand, but you don't even notice it. And then there had to be a coin already on the underside of the sheet, and then it drops into the bottom, but his pushing down detaches it. It has to be that. He had to have flicked the quarter back, which is some really impressive sleight of hand, but still, dude. Haters will say it's reversed. I mean, will I say it's reversed? Why would I say it's reversed? It would be equally impressive, reversed or not. Actually, it'd be more impressive if it's reversed, because he would have just magically, like, Kamehameha a frisbee into the sky, and then it came back with such force that it swung his arm back. No, it makes far more sense that it's the dude just knows how to throw a frisbee. Also, I feel like if any of us threw a frisbee like 1,000 times, eventually we get it to come back like that. Recursively rotating segments of an image rotates the image itself. Code by Arviz on GitHub. What? I don't even know what's happening. And if you keep having the rotated parts, doesn't that mean it never actually reaches full rotation? Or I guess once you get down to a single pixel, then it does. Technically, if you had infinite resolution, it would never ever resolve itself entirely. But I guess once it gets down to every pixel having been rotated, what? Okay, yeah, no, what? Okay, it's just weird. It's just weird. And the top for the last month of Black Magic Forkery figured out the drumstick trick that made the front page on this sub. I don't know if I saw this drumstick trick, but I guess we're gonna see it here. Hold on, I feel like we have to hear this. Keeping the rhythm with it too, that's pretty cool. I feel like the most impressive part of the whole thing is the fact that you're actually keeping rhythm with it, because I guess I'm sure a lot of people who know how to play drums could probably like work it in, but the practice is actually keeping the rhythm going. Also, I could never, ever, ever, in all the times I've ever gotten a drum set, I cannot desync my feet from my hands. I can only hit my foot on the like quarter notes. I can't break the rhythm. How do you do it? How do you break the rhythm of your foot from just being on the quarter notes? It's impossible. What do you do? I can't do it. It's not. No. Oh my god, dude. Never made any sense to me, and that's why I never pursued drums any further, is because I just can't break my foot tapping rhythm from just the basic 4 to the floor. I don't know. I don't know how you all do it, but that is cool. Anyway, thanks for watching the last month of Black Magic Forkery. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more of this subreddit. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the bell even if you are. QCathletics.com on Saturday for the hat. And also, if you want to catch the last Black Magic Forkery video that went up on this channel, check it out right here. You can click it and it'll take you over there. And you can watch more vids and have a good time. Okay, cool. See you later.